Welcome to the Cruise Line, brought to you by Tour Productions. I'm your host, Erica Cruz.
And I'm Jason Nichols.
Droughts, hurricanes, floods, and other extreme weather events are increasingly frequent according to a report by the United Nations. Many scientists attribute these events to human behavior. According to Carbon Brief, 70% of the 405 extreme events included in their analysis were due to human-influenced climate change. As a result, the argument over how to approach the crisis intensifies. We will explore climate change and the Green New Deal today on the Cruise Line.
Scientists first hypothesized that human emission of greenhouse gases could change the climate in the late 19th century. They began presenting even more substantial evidence that carbon dioxide gas and human aerosols could have warming and cooling effects later in the 20th century. After 1988 was the warmest year on record, scientists began taking climate change very seriously. In 1989, the United Nations formed the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The IPCC suggests a comprehensive plan to address climate change. The organization stated in a report that Earth has around a decade to reduce carbon emissions to limit the rise in global temperatures to 2 degrees Celsius.
Bill Clinton signed the Kyoto Protocol in 1997, which was the first global agreement between 41 countries to limit greenhouse gases. The Bush administration took the United States out of the deal, believing that it would have a deleterious impact on the U.S. economy. In 2009, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the American Clean Energy and Safety Act, but the bill died in the Senate. The U.S. entered into the Paris Climate Accord, but the Trump administration exited it. Former President Trump claimed that, quote, the concept of global warming was created by and for the Chinese in order to make U.S. manufacturing non-competitive, end quote. President Biden entered the U.S. back into the Paris Climate Accord in 2021.
Ralph Nader tried to build an alliance between labor and environmentalists in 2000. He attempted to entice labor with the prospect of new jobs from major infrastructure projects. CNN commentator Van Jones wrote about green jobs and was brought into the Obama administration as an advisor on the subject. The Green New Deal was a part of the Green Party platform for a decade and was a major part of Jill Stein's controversial 2016 bid for the presidency. Bernie Sanders also included a version of the Green New Deal in his campaign. Popular Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has recently taken up the mantle for the Green New Deal and showed support for the youth-led Sunrise movement when they held a sit-in at Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office. The Sunrise Movement and Justice Democrats have created a proposal for a select committee on a Green New Deal.
The Green New Deal is not a specific policy proposal, but rather a list of goals and objectives. The primary goal is to have the world to net zero emissions by 2050 and to have all the power demand met by clean, renewable energy sources. It includes other justice-related goals such as universal health care and affordable housing. During his campaign, Biden put forward a $1.7 trillion proposal to limit pollution and to invest in clean energy. His plan had a lower price tag than many of his rivals, including Senator Bernie Sanders, Andrew Yang, and his own Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg.
The Green New Deal calls for weatherizing our current infrastructure to withstand extreme weather events, updating buildings to be energy and water efficient, cleaning up hazardous waste sites, investing in renewable power, and updating transportation systems to include high-speed rails. The most daunting task will be working with other nations to achieve Green New Deals. U.S. adversaries China and Russia are among the world's top 5 polluters per capita. It will take very savvy diplomacy to get these countries to adopt a Green New Deal.
That's all for us here on the Cruise Line. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe below. If you have any topics that you think we should cover, go ahead and drop those in the comments. As always, stay safe, wear your mask, and thank you for watching.